Hello, welcome to You Know Something. I'm Dena.
And I'm DiAnna.
We are so glad you guys are here.
hmm
How are you today, Diana?
I'm fantastic. How about
Good,
you?
good. I'm good, actually. So today is a 3 and 30 episode where we discuss three topics in 30 minutes. So 3-ish and 30-ish, we should probably call it. Diana has no idea what the topics are.
Da, da,
And
da, da, da.
so everything she says is off the cuff out of her genius brain and her big pretty head.
What are you sweet talking me for there?
What do you think, you have a big head or a small head?
Oh my goodness. I don't have a big head, but I don't have a small head. I think I have a normal head.
Do hats fit you well, or do you have to
Yes.
struggle?
No, I love
That's,
hats.
that's good. I have a giant potato head that goes backwards, like as if the potato was laying sideways on my neck. So hats pop off when I put them on because I have this occipital bone back here that's, I'm sure, was upsetting to my mother when she gave birth to me, but it's just
Well, back in the Egyptian days, that was beauty. That
really.
was absolutely. Look at is it Nefertiti?
Mhm.
Nefertiti, however you say it. Yes, absolutely. Look up your Egyptian history.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm Egyptian, but I do have an Egyptian head. Now, my mom has a little pea head and she hates it. And she says it's better to have a giant potato head than a little pea head. So we'll just take what God gave us, I guess.
Amen. And be happy with it.
So our first story, Diana, let's just jump in here. The head conversation was not one of the topics. That was just something that happened spontaneously, which is why we call it 3-ish and 30-ish. Okay, now Diana, I think you probably partake in this, so this could be some bad news for you. Protein shakes. Are you a protein shake gal?
I used to be. I was a kickbox instructor and did, all kinds of aerobics and weightlifting for like 20 years and did a lot of protein shakes. But yeah, I made myself drink them. It's not
Uh,
that they tasted good. And so now I've switched more to making sure I get my protein in my food, like chicken, whatever. And I also do those additives for your drink, the electrolytes. I like the liquid IV.
yeah. I used to do the Slim Fast back in the day, Slim Fast
Yes.
for breakfast and then Slim Fast for lunch, and then I had a meal. And then I used protein powder. I've done that in the last 10 years. But recently I've just been using yogurt and fruit to make a smoothie and figure I'm
hmm
getting my protein out of my yogurt. But my sister's a protein shake girl, and she's gotten in really good shape last couple of years. And I know they're very popular. The powder, you just add it, and I add it to my smoothie sometimes. And you think protein, protein, protein is good, but you as a nurse probably know you can have too much
hmm
protein.
Right. You got to have a balanced diet.
According to Create Pure Health Instagram account, link included below, protein shakes destroy your kidneys
Oh,
faster than steroids.
mm,
Nephrologists, hope I said that right, found one scoop daily causes 480% more kidney damage than steroids.
whoa.
That's pretty startling.
That is.
So the study tracked 71,000 adults from 1994 to 2023. Dr. Richard Johnson, University of Colorado kidney disease director, discovered this devastating supplement. People drinking protein shakes daily had kidney function declining 480% faster, kidney stones 89% more frequently, renal failure developing 12 years earlier than whole food protein eaters consuming the same grams. So if you don't know, listeners, I know Diana knows, kidneys filter protein. They filter 50 grams of protein daily safely when eaten as food, absorbed over 4 hours. The problem with the protein shake is 14 grams usually hits your bloodstream instantly because you're just down. I know when I make a smoothie, I drink it. I have a whole blender full, and I'm usually just like, well, I mean, it goes down so fast. Um, so if 40 grams of protein hits your bloodstream in 30 minutes, the kidney nephrons
Uh-huh.
overload. and it's a tsunami of tissue inflammation and scarring begins.
Mm,
So if you do have been drinking shakes when you were younger, the chronic kidney injury can hit you like around 40 if you've done that in your 20s. That's bad news. I don't like that. Now, this is one research study's findings. You could certainly ask your doctor, but I say it's much better to eat chicken, eggs, and fish because they take longer to digest. Your kidneys can handle them
mhm.
slowly, gradually. So you could imagine if you had a filter of, well, anything, and you poured something through it real fast, it's going to get clogged up faster than if you dripped something through it over hours of time.
Correct.
So I don't know if you sipped the,
Yeah, I'm not a one of these people that can drink a whole lot at one time. So I
oh,
did take mine over time. However, I want to bring up what I think is a good point
okay.
is for 40 years you've been hearing protein shakes, protein shakes, protein shakes, protein shakes. You got to have them. And then you come up with this news. It's kind of like butter is so bad for you. Don't use butter, use this and this and this. And then studies came out that, oh, well, that, and that has additives that are not good for you. So it's really more healthy to just go back to real butter. What is a person to do?
Really? Yeah, the margarine you were supposed to eat. I can't believe it's not butter. We had that growing up, those tubs, and used them to
Yes,
store screws and bolts in and everything. And leftovers. You keep opening and looking for the butter, and there's meatloaf in there, macaroni and cheese. Yeah, and then one day my mom said, "No, it's better to eat butter." I read it's better to eat butter. So that's what I do now. I use real butter.
it makes me, I have to say this. When I read something, I take it with a grain of salt
Yeah.
because I'm old enough now that, you know, news is good and new news is good. However, I have to make the right choices for myself and what I feel like is good for my body. And I think all of our listeners probably feel the same way. It's great to listen to these experts, but then, you got to recognize they're human as well. And the information that they're giving is probably what they know at the time. I'm not saying that they're telling you something bad, so, in conclusion, I feel that the best is you decide what's right for your body.
Yeah, these research studies are funded by someone. So you have to think, what was the goal of a research study? And it might have been like the chicken industry or the egg council, uh, because it wasn't by the protein shake people, but it says here, I have noticed this too. Protein powders, they always want you to subscribe. Like if I go order a bag online, it's like it clicks default every delivered every month, and I have to go in and unclick that. So if
Right.
you're paying like $90, $85 a month for a big bag, and they want you to subscribe, they don't want you to think there's such a thing as too much protein.
That's right.
So the Johnson's Denver clinic tested shake elimination on 340 early kidney damage patients out of that study. And the results were kidney function improved 67% in 14 weeks off the protein or with natural
Wow.
protein. Yeah. Stones disappeared. And is it creatinine?
Creatine.
Creatine levels normalized. So one
That
man aged 44 drank 2 shakes a day for 11 years while building muscle. His kidney function dropped to 58%. He switched back to whole food proteins and his function restored to 84% in 6 months. So, I mean, you could have your kidney function tested, blood work done.
of course. Yes.
You should anyway.
But that news is good that your kidneys can recover that quickly.
Yeah. The body is so forgiving, so amazing. At some
Mhm.
point in time, it stops forgiving you. I'm starting to see results or I can't recover from things I used to could recover from, and my past sins are showing up on my body and my face, but it's really on your side. It really wants to be good for you and to survive for you if you'll just not mistreat it. So we'll let you guys mull that over. I always make Diana give a conclusion of what she's learned today. So we'll see how she sums that up at the end of the show, the protein shake thing. Okay, Diana, here's something else to worry about in case you needed something. I might have trouble with these words here, probably terminology. Public health officials in New York are warning that rabbit fever is being observed in at least three people. Have you heard of rabbit fever?
I don't know that we have three people with it. No.
Well, it's in New York, but I always say to myself, self, if it happens anywhere, it will get to you eventually. You know, it's a small world now. I don't care if it happens in Zimbabwe, it will come to East Tennessee
Hmm.
eventually.
I agree with that.
'Cause people can't stay home. They gotta travel around and bring crap here. I'm in a bad mood today, I think. All right. So the Suffolk County Department of Health in New York announced on Monday that it observed three likely cases of tularemia, Tularemia, otherwise known, and we shall call it rabbit fever. How do you think you get rabbit fever?
Being bitten?
Yeah, but actually being bitten by a tick or fly that bit a rabbit with rabbit fever.
Hmm.
You just have to get bit by a fly or a tick. And how many of us get bit by flies and ticks all the time?
Mm, not me. I don't get poison ticks all the
You don't,
time.
you don't.
Where do you live? I mean, get you a tent, girl. There's some bug spray.
You not like go outside and have to swat flies off your skin?
Well, not really.
You
Not
must be living
much.
in filth. Well, now think about it. You live in a beautiful forest wonderland with deers that just walk up to you and frolic around you. You're bound to have deer ticks
Yes,
around
we
you.
do. My dog does.
Yeah. And I see rabbits in my yard all the time. So individuals can become infected after direct contact with the sick animal. So you're right. It could, if like if you make out with the sick rabbit or whatever you're doing with it, weirdo. Then- Or if you eat undercooked rabbit. Have you ever eaten rabbit?
No, ma'am.
Me either. Me either, but I'm sure there are people who do.
There
Rabbit
are.
stew.
Yep.
Or through drinking water. So I guess if a rabbit either drank from a stream or a water source and you drank from that water source, or it's just a bacteria
Hmm.
that happens to like rabbits. So if a rabbit drank from a stream that had that bacteria in it that I can't pronounce, tularemia, um, you could get it through the water or by inhaling dust. So I would think rabbit droppings, like if you had a shed and went out and there was a lot of rabbit droppings, you were
Yes.
going to clean it up, you got to wear a mask.
Hmm.
The good news is the disease is not contagious between humans. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or the CDC, cases of this rabbit fever tend to increase in May through September because this is when you see a lot of rabbits outside. The CDC documents less than 200 cases per year. However, this volume has been increasing in recent years. Most recently, the county reported 4 cases in 2024. So, what are the symptoms, you asked, Diana?
What are the symptoms, Dina?
Well, you suddenly like carrots, your nose twitches.
You suddenly grow this big bushy tail.
You have a big white tail. You thump when you like scratch the back of your ear and thump your foot on the ground. No, seriously,
Oh.
there are people who have died from it, but we got to laugh, or we'll cry. Typically, you get a high fever, body aches, swollen lymph nodes, and fatigue. So, like any other kind of flu, you know, that means you're infected with the bacteria. You can also get large ulcerous sores on your body. I've got a link to the article here so you can look at the sore. It can develop if an infection is caught through the tick bite or the fly bite. It will show itself when you get bit by the fly and smack your arm. Later on, you're going to have this ulcer looking thing and you're going to get it checked out immediately. The symptoms usually present themselves 3 to 5 days after the initial exposure. However, it can take as long as 21 days. I hate those diseases that take a while. Because you forgotten, I forgot what I did yesterday, let alone 3 weeks ago.
Exactly.
So, healthcare officials caution that that sore that you get when you're bit by a tick or fly infected with rabbit fever, it could trigger an infection that enters your bloodstream. And then, of course, you're going to go into septic shock. That's what makes it potentially deadly. It's treated with antibiotics, so obviously, you want to see your doctor if you get that weird sore immediately. There is a vaccine available for lab workers who handle the bacteria, but they haven't approved it for the general population. I hate when they play with bacteria in labs, don't you? Quit playing with it. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Wuhan. So what can we do about it? Well, we can stay inside and stay under the covers
Nope.
and make sure no rabbits or flies or ticks are getting in your house. The best way to protect yourself is to just avoid tick bites, just like you want to do anyway. There's so many things you can get from ticks. Use gloves when hunting or skinning animals. Wear long pants and shirts and closed-toed shoes if you're walking through a wooded area. And lastly, do a full body check after you've been outdoors. That can be fun with your husband to do a full body check. Look under here. Did you look under here? If you're concerned about a tick bite or you develop any other telltale symptoms, obviously get to the doctor immediately. So, what do you think about that?
I think it's good to be aware of that, but don't think we're going to think too much about it, to be honest, until you're actually in it with a rabbit, or
Yeah.
then you get a tick bite. If you've listened to this podcast, then you're going to have the knowledge that maybe you should pay attention, and you should actually even write it down. Document the day that you got
Oh,
bit
good
by the
idea.
fly or the tick so that you can see the evolution of the disease.
Aren't you smart? I had a friend who kept a journal. And I know a lot of people, they have a little journal by their bed and they may write thoughts down New Year's Day and then forget, or they keep their appointments in it. She literally goes home at night and writes down every notable thing that happened to her that day. Because she let me read it one day. I was reading it, would be like, woke up at 7, had eggs and bacon, took a walk around the block. My mother called me and I said, "Why are you, what is wrong with you, strange person? Why are you doing this?" And she said, "It has helped me more times than you know, just with
Hmm,
somebody saying, when did that so and so happen? Because I feel like it would have been this, 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 and I can look it up and it could solve a legal issue or a friendship
exactly.
argument or medical,
Yes.
like you say, a medical thing." So she's
Hmm.
actually very smart. I don't think I'm disciplined enough to do that.
Well, don't do that every day, but if you get bit by a tick, write it down.
There you go. Have a medical journal. All right. Our next story. I think this is interesting, and I don't know the answer to this that I'm about to ask you, but are you more, because your house is kind of eclectic, you've got some new, really modern things. You've got a few old pieces in there, which have sentimental value, I'm sure. Are you more at home and comfortable and at ease around new things or old things?
New things.
Me too. I love new, shiny, chemically stinky things. New paint, new sofa, new carpet. I love new. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Well, there are people who are certainly drawn to antique, old homey things. They love to go to antique stores and just walk around and they feel like they can exhale in there. So Diana and I are not those people. I mean, you have a beautiful grandfather clock in your
Yes,
home.
that's our marriage clock. We have our marriage license in it, all of our the bouquet that it was of shells, and so yeah, everything
Neat.
marriage is in that.
That's neat. If you're one of those people and going to a flea market is just your idea of the greatest Saturday evening, there's a psychological reason for that. And this is from House Beautiful. Article included the link below. If you're frequently compelled to seek out vintage finds or historical settings, explaining the reason behind your penchant for the old or old-fashioned may seem odd. Can't you just get the same enjoyment by shopping at a big box store with the new stuff? No, it turns out you can't. And the reason is, I'm trying to put this in simple terms. It's due to a socio-ecological concept known as, quote, place authenticity. PLACE, authenticity. It's a psychological phenomenon. Oh no. Psychological phenomenon, and a good thing to keep in mind the next time you find yourself unable to resist a trip to an antique store. So what it means, a place of authenticity. Oh,
Authenticity.
I'll just point to you. I never had to say that word. Refers to the unique essence of a place that makes it feel genuine, alive, and connected to history, culture, and community. This is from the Department of Psychology at the University of Florida. They did this study. Place
Authenticity.
intersects with personal.
Authenticity.
That is the sense of being true to oneself, which may account for those feelings of engaged enjoyment in places where unique looks and things that feel irreplaceable make you feel comfortable. They're more like you. So it really has to do with someone feeling like new stuff comes and goes, doesn't last, literally doesn't last, but psychologically you feel like I want relationships that last. I want history. I want family. These things have been around forever. There's stories to them. People have eaten on this table that I didn't even know, but and it's still around and it's still strong and still holding on. So there is a psychological thing there. Now, all that sounds good to me, but I just don't like the way it looks.
Agreed.
And sometimes it smells.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I think whoever you, this is morbid, but this is what I think. Like an old bed, not the mattress, but if you bought an old bed and you put your mattress on it and I lay down in it, and I've done this when I used to house sit, go to houses that had old furniture and they told me how old they were. I feel like there's memories there that aren't always good, or I want to say ghosts. I don't know if I believe in ghosts, but I think somebody probably died in this with this bed frame around them or the kitchen table. They probably um maybe had arguments with their family. And I don't know. I just feel like furniture is like haunted like that. Is that weird?
It's interesting. I don't know that it's weird, but
Interesting. You're interesting, Dina.
very interesting.
Yeah. Now, when I go into an antique store, I get kind of get the heebie-jeebies rather than calmness.
I believe because it is so much. When I walk in, it's very, to me, an organized, everything's everywhere. I mean, you gotta kind of pilfer through it to find, I mean, and I just can't, I can't function like that.
Yeah, you feel cluttered.
I feel cluttered, but it creates anxiety inside of me.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Well, there is a thought to having new authenticity. Here's the compromise. You buy a new place, you move in, and you don't have much furniture, or it's really bigger than your last place. You have all these rooms to fill rather than calling up rooms to go. I need a bedroom set. I need this. I need this. Fill it up. Fill it up. I need carpeting. I need rugs. I want to have a full home. You curate things. Like if you're walking in a store and think, I really like that chair. I don't know where I'm going to put it. You get the chair, you bring it home, you set it there, but maybe it's the only place you have to sit for a while.
Hmm.
You gradually curate your whole house, but it could be with new stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two older items. Maybe somebody gives you something that they had that you really always liked, but that is an authentic home. So that's a compromise with maybe you marry and your husband has some pieces. That's authentic. But then you
Hmm.
buy a new sofa and you buy a new bed, and so you can kind of blend. I think maybe that's a more rational way to
Yeah.
do. Are you a person who felt like you needed to hurry and get your house filled up with stuff, furniture, or were you like, no, I'm
Oh,
gonna wait till I find the right thing?
no, I have to wait till I find the right thing. And it's worth it to me.
Yeah, you'd rather have an empty room for a while until you find the right thing.
Correct.
Yeah. My ex and I bought a home that we were going to have company over for Thanksgiving. And we bought it like in September. So I just had to call bed stores and say, bring me two nightstands, two, in the guest rooms. I had to meet. And I never felt connected to those rooms. But
Right.
so I didn't
You
realize it at the time.
you didn't pick it out. It wasn't something personal that you had gone and it shined out amongst all the other beds. It was like, I'm yours, take me. And but I do believe that there's a little something to that.
Yeah. It's like they say, authenticity, or like Diana says, authenticity. It's called slow decorating. And it's probably impossible for some people. They would be like, I can't stand having these empty spaces, but I like empty spaces. You can run around and dance and leap through the air and roller skate. So if you're a vintage lover, there is a reason for it. But you can create
Authenticity.
if you shop slowly. Yes. I thought that was really interesting. That may be the only one. I think it's cool as I bring up our next topic to if someone comes to your house the first time and you're taking them around to have stories to tell about things.
Well, you're proud and you care enough about that person that they're in your home and you want to share that story or that connection. And I think there's something to that too.
Yeah. I mean, you want to say this sofa was actually, we were on a trip, I don't know, up in Maine, and we were going through this store, and I thought it was just so beautiful. And we sat on it, rather than say, I got this at, I don't keep saying rooms to go, but wherever. This is a Cindy Crawford rooms to go living room set, and all the lamps and the chair and the table all were in the showroom, and I got it. It's good to have, this is what my aunt, this painting is what my aunt left me. That's cool. I mean, that's ideal. It's not, maybe
Yeah.
not practical, but much more fun to be surrounded with things that have meaning to them, I think, and sit on the floor until you have them, I guess. All right, finally, this is hilarious. This is according to Amazing Science Facts on Facebook. Adult pacifiers are rising as a self-soothing tool for stress, anxiety, and even to quit smoking. And it does show a photo of a woman. I'm trying to show Diana the picture.
Raise it up just a little. Oh my goodness. Okay, I saw it. I'm good. I don't need any more.
I
Uh,
feel like I've seen this trend before, like in the 90s. Kids were
okay.
going around with. So,
Yes, I
is that for
remember
you?
that.
Isn't that right?
No, that is not for me.
You're being smart out.
No, I'm not being smart aleck. I am telling you that is not for me. Mm-mm. I'm sure it's for some people. For me, no.
Well, the trend started in China, which, China, Korea, Japan, they really start all the trends now. It spread through TikTok. So the dreaded TikTok is influencing our kids these days. Adult
Hmm.
size pacifiers, roughly 2 centimeters larger than the infant ones, sell for up to $70, with some sellers reporting over 2,000 units a month. Users report reduced anxiety, better sleep, and using them to resist smoking or late night snacking.
Wow.
The proposed mechanism is real enough as a concept. Oral stimulation engages the parasympathetic nervous system, the branch that slows heart rate and calms the body. And like thumb sucking, I guess, when you're young, which is the same reason chewing gum or deep breathing help. Occupational therapists already use oral tools with adults who have sensory processing differences. What does not exist is evidence. A Psych Central notes there's very little research on whether adult pacifiers actually reduce anxiety. I feel like if it reduces your anxiety, you know it reduces your anxiety. You don't need a scientist to tell you that sucking on this big pacifier reduces my anxiety. However, it can misalign your teeth, pushes your teeth forward, pulls your lower jaw back, especially in teens that are still developing bones and muscles and things. I would think at my age it would cause some wrinkles around my mouth like sucking on a straw. So it's not for me, definitely.
Right. So,
But
so
would you go ahead?
do I just have a question.
Sure.
Do you do that for an hour and then take it out, or do you wear it all night? Uh, what
I
are
guess
people
like you would smoke a
using it
cigarette.
for?
Yeah. I guess like when a little baby cries, you pop that thing in its mouth. So as an adult, if you feel upset, the equivalent of crying as a mature adult, you stick that in your mouth. But
Okay.
what if you went out on a date, if you weren't married, went out on a date
Yeah.
with someone and they were really hot and you sat down and after eating, they instead of like having a drink or a smoke, they put a pacifier in their mouth. I'd be like,
Uh,
I'm out of here.
this is ticket, please.
Can you imagine the gross noise it would make when they're sucking?
I would hope you would do that in private.
Well, this, I was reading comments here, and this woman said, I'm going to get one for my husband. The next time he acts like a big pouty baby, I'm going to shove it in his mouth.
Now that's funny.
Oh my gosh. To each his own, but I feel like it's going to hamper your dating life and your job possibilities if you suck on a pacifier. Maybe at night in bed, I don't know.
Hey, listeners, if there's anybody out there that this works for you, please, share your story and help us understand how that is helpful. And we're open-minded. We try to learn. And just because Dina and I say that it's not for us, please don't be offended. If it is for you and it works, just please share.
Yeah, I promise if you leave a message on our voicemail that it works for you, I won't giggle on air.
No, I really do truly want to hear from our listeners.
Well, there's definitely a oral fixation kind of thing
Yeah,
that,
that's smoking.
yeah. Or people just like sucking on candy or sucking a sucker or snacking at night. It's something about this area that soothes you.
Yes,
Plugging up
yes.
that pie hole with something. I don't know why.
Oh my goodness. Moving on, Dina.
Okay. Well, I think that's actually our last story. We're running out of time here. We were having so much fun.
We were till I said, "Okay, Dina, that's enough."
Let's move on. Well, you could ask Dan, when he's stressed out, or maybe when he's playing golf. That might be a good.
Oh, that would definitely be a showstopper. Him to have a pacifier in his mouth. Yeah, that
He
would be
would get a lot of
great.
attention. It would probably make headlines in the golfing
Hey,
world.
Dina, I'm gonna let you talk Dan into that.
You could get different colors to match his outfit.
Of course you could. You could order those. It's all on you, girl.
Okay, well, I'll be leaving a link below to where you can buy your adult size pacifier.
Pacifier.
I mean, it's called a pacifier. It pacifies you. So,
Okay.
okay. I say stick to the thumb if you really need to do something like that. All right, Dana, I'm so glad that you joined us again. I know you had a busy day and you always make time for our listeners one way or another. Might be morning, might be
Absolutely.
night.
Absolutely. I love our listeners and they
Yeah.
want to hear from us.
So let's review. I think you pretty much said what you felt about things, but let's go back. I like for our audience to be able to take something away from what the
Yeah.
things we said. Your thoughts on the protein shake story?
So if you're still drinking protein shakes, I'd say just make sure you sip those throughout the day. Don't guzzle them down, and make sure you also are giving your body the protein that it needs through more natural eggs, chicken, things like that. If you have done a lot of protein shakes in your life, perhaps you're a bodybuilder and you're having any problems with urinating, uh, have some kidney function test and make sure that you've not had the trauma and damage so that you can be aware of it and then reverse it. And on the rabbit fever, just be careful. Don't play with rabbits that are out in the wild.
Don't make out with
And
rabbits.
yeah, and if there is a fly or a tick that does bite you that you're aware of, just write it down on a piece of paper, move on with your life. But do recognize that anywhere from 3 all the way up to 21 days that infection, if you will, it can show up like flu-like symptoms.
Curating your home rather than fast shopping.
Yeah. Do what makes you happy. You know, if you like something full and then you can change it out later, then go for it. If you like something more original, different, just wait until you find the specific thing and then you can put your money all into that if it's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, and if people make fun of you for calling you granny because you like granny things around you, just tell them it's because you like authenticity and tradition and stableness and history and put value in objects rather than fast.
Exactly. But Dina, we don't have to explain to anybody why the way that we are.
True.
We, we are who we are. And if somebody doesn't accept you or kind of make fun of you for that, I got to question that person and that relationship. That's a whole different podcast.
True. I would think it would be your husband calling you. Why do you like granny sofas and smelly,
Perhaps,
smelly chest of
perhaps.
drawers? Because I'm authentic and honest. Look into it.
And then I'm going to say that the final thing is pacifiers, and we are looking for feedback on that. And we want to make sure everybody sees us and hears us next time that we're on. And Dina, I've had a great time.
I have too. Thank you so much for your insights. And thank you, all of you who took the time out of your day to listen to us. Hopefully, you were getting other things done at the same time. But even if we just kept you entertained and you really focused on every thought we had, we appreciate that too. If you were 100% focused on us, we love you for it. And we hope you will join us next time. Diana, do you want to close us out?
I'm just going to say thanks for listening. See us next time. Stay strong. Make sure you're moving forward, doing right things for you and good decisions. And go have yourselves a fan-flippin-tastic day. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye. Great job. Your brain is good, girl. You still got it. Still got it.
Thank you, baby. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. Mwah.